Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It's Thursday, July 18th, 2024. My God, a lot going on today. Kevin Feige, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Netflix gives the middle finger to Hulu, Max, and Disney, telling them, I don't need you bros. And who the F are you? Hank Azaria trolling London guards? It's crazy, guys. Hollywood After Dark. Let's freaking go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It is Thursday. So much going on today, folks. So many things I wanted to cover. I'm going to have to push to tomorrow because today is just chock full of things that are going on. Hollywood is a moving, Hollywood is a shaking, Hollywood is getting ready for I don't know what, because it's we're basically at the tail end of the summer movie season. We've really just got Deadpool and Wolverine coming. That's going to dominate the box office. As I talked about yesterday, the box office is actually doing okay, even though attendance is down, and that's going to be a weird trend. So expect, for those of you who just didn't listen to yesterday's show, movie theater tickets are going to rise. I just want to make that abundantly clear. They're going to rise as fewer and fewer of you are going to the movies and waiting for more movies to be on home video. And those of you who do go to the theaters are the ones who are going to be feeling the cost of it. However weird that is. You know, Tarantino said it best, and I mentioned this again yesterday. This is a working man's art form. You know what I mean? This is a working man's place of expression. Tickets shouldn't be as much as they are. Budgets shouldn't be as much as they are. Hollywood is more or less, I don't know. I feel like they're pulling the cart before the horse, getting ready for some bad stuff to happen. It's wild. It's crazy, but there is a lot to get to today. So I'll tell you guys what, today I'm not going to bury the lead. I always kind of bury the lead. I'm not going to bury the lead today. We're going to talk about the Netflix thing first, but first and foremost, guys, I got to do the shilling. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to become a channel member. I do appreciate everybody who has been joining up, becoming a channel member, helping support Hollywood After Dark and the work that I do here. I do want to bring as best of coverage as I can and be as honest and upfront as I can. I'd like to jokingly state that I'm the most honest man in movie punditry, and I do actually stand by a lot of that. I do think that I am one of the most honest people working in this field. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to be doom and gloom. And I'm going to largely tell you that things are better than they appear. But we also have to realize that the world is shifting. It's changing. And to keep that conversation going, keep it flowing, keep it moving, head over to the Discord, Hollywood After Dark Discord. You can find the link in the video description. Or if you got your phone handy and you're looking at the screen, or you want to take a snapshot, you can just scan the QR code right there, take you right to the Discord. No, it's not going to take you over to Pornhub. I'm not that vicious of a human being. Never mind the fact that Pornhub has been banned in so many states in the United States right now. It's sad. It's sad that so many men and so many women and so many people of various genders and sexualities are not going to be able to get their freak on because of governmental oversight and draconian puritanical tactics. And the thing is, look, once the porn industry falls, make no mistake, that's the first barrier. You have to understand that, right? Porn is a pioneer for technology, for digital medium, for physical media. It's always been there. It's always the canary in the coal mine for what's going to work or what's not going to work. Porn is like that, with the exception of HD DVD. I mean, they backed HD DVD and ultimately it all went to Blu-ray, but still, that's not really the point. The point is that in this country, once that stuff starts getting really, really, really kind of pushed out there in a certain way, we're going to find ourselves in a bit of a toughy situation, to say the very least. But there's that. Also, I do have a new video I put out yesterday called My Top Movies from 1990, my top 25 movies. I will admit I made a mistake. I left out Gremlins 2 and RoboCop 2. That happens sometimes. But I don't disagree with keeping in American Ninja 4, The Annihilation, okay? If you're a Michael Dudikoff fan, like I'm a Michael Dudikoff fan, you stand by it. So be sure to check those out. Obviously, Patio Commentary and The Overlaid Hotel. Now that I'm feeling better after getting the Hep B vaccine, make sure I don't get sick, now I have to go back to work, unfortunately. That's just kind of how it is. So anyway, let's get into the news here. I know you guys are waiting too long. All right, so here's what we know. Netflix rejects bundling with Disney and Max, effectively giving them the middle finger. Or as I said here, Netflix to Disney. I don't even know who you are. Like, who are you? Get away from me. Subpar. Netflix has announced that it will not be offering bundled subscriptions with other streaming services like Disney Plus or Max. The company stated that it already operates as a go-to destination for entertainment, citing the variety of its content and superior product experience. Okay. This decision comes amid discussions about the competitive landscape of streaming services, with Netflix and YouTube collectively accounting for nearly half of all streaming watch time in the U.S. Despite the competitive markets, Netflix remains confident in its position and has no plans to bundle its services with competitors. Now, the thing is, Netflix does have the lion's share, right? They are the largest streaming service. They do have over 200 million, I think 216, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe more. They just added 8 million more new subscribers last quarter. You know, ever since they got rid of the password sharing, it's actually done quite a bit for them. But the thing is, I'll tell you this, guys, I don't really watch a lot of Netflix anymore, to be honest with you, right? I mean, I haven't even watched like Beverly Hills Cop Axel F, you know? I don't go to it like I used to. I don't know. I pay for it, but I'm not using it. My kids use it, so that's why. But honestly, like I said this yesterday, if it was just me living on my own, not having other family members, I would probably get rid of everything and just watch Tubi or watch Pluto or watch Roku or watch like what's free on YouTube. I mean, like that is just where a lot of people are, given how much everything has gone up in price. So, you know, Netflix is right to probably not fall into the same game that those guys, you know, that Disney Plus and Max are doing, considering the fact that, well, Max is also in a bit of another situation. Let me get my thing here. What we're finding out now is that Warner Brothers Discovery is considering splitting itself in half. The studio would split into two different companies, one for streaming and studio assets and one for all cable network assets. Now, that's interesting to me for a number of reasons, right? A number of reasons. And I say that because the Warner Brothers Discovery part of it, right? It would be Warner Brothers / Discovery, because Discovery, that's all David Zaslav stuff, right? He wants to separate that stuff away because he knows that's where his legacy, his fortune, everything that he's ever built is in the Discovery brand. And he has been trying to, that's why they got rid of HBO Max and they just made it Max. Never mind, you're getting rid of branding of what's known for having extremely high quality pedigree television, as evidenced by The Last of Us, Game of Thrones, Chernobyl, House of the Dragon. There's a ton of other shows I'm overlooking and I'm not thinking about right now. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? HBO has always had that sense of pedigree about it. But now it's like, oh, no. Let's get rid of the name. It's very stupid. Why? Because they wanted to introduce all of the the Discovery stuff in there. And I don't think he wanted to have brand confusion. I think Zaslav's plan all along has been to build up the subscriber count for that, migrate that over to something for his own Discovery, and then sell it off and then keep what he wants. So if they're going to get rid of if they're going to separate the studio and streaming and cable TV assets, what are the cable TV assets? That would be everything Discovery owns. Discovery Channel, TLC, the IDTV, the all the other, I don't remember all of the stations, all of the cable channels that are owned by that. But that's exactly what he wants to do. So yeah, he's looking to split everything so then he can sell it and go back to just owning Discovery, because he's been like largely an absolutely terrible CEO for all of this stuff. And the thing is, we know all that. We know that because he's just a piece of shit. You know what? And that's surprising. It's not surprising that Hollywood, knows all that. And, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, I don't quite know. Now, yesterday was the season 4 finale of The Boys. It was an episode originally titled Assassination run, which, by the way, it's an excellent finale. A little bit rushed at times, some good gore, some good stuff, some good twists, and obviously opening the door for what's going to happen in the finale, the final season, season 5, which at this point isn't set to come out until like mid-2026. So we have 2 years roughly until the next season. Unfortunately, there's no writer strikes. There's no pandemic scares. Nothing is shutting anything down, but yet we still have to wait because they're working on probably Gen V and the restructuring after that actor passed away. But anyway, there was a disclaimer added to the beginning of The Boys season 4 portrayal, and this is what it says. The season finale of The Boys contains scenes of fictional political violence, which some viewers may find disturbing, especially in light of the injuries and tragic loss of life sustained during the assassination attempt of former President Trump. The Boys is a fictitious series that was filmed in 2023, and any scene or plotline similarities to these real-world events are coincidental and unintentional. Amazon, Sony Pictures Television, and the producers of The Boys reject, in the strongest terms, real-world violence of any kind. It's unnecessary to have that in there. No one who was smart would think that. You know what I mean? Like, no one who was in any capacity intelligent would look at that and be like, yeah, obviously this is going to end up being its big thing. Obviously this is going to end up being what everyone's talking about, right? This is, it's, I mean, look, I'll say this. I'll say this. If Trump would have been assassinated, the episode most likely would have been delayed indefinitely. Like, not canceled, like not ever like taken out back and beat with the shovel sort of thing, but it would have been delayed for a long time. Even though the show doesn't have the assassination of the president, there is an attempted assassination, obviously. But again, no one with an ounce of thought in their brain, no one who actually has comprehensive skills of any kind, could look at that and go like, yeah, it was shot in 2023 before anything happened. Obviously, these things are related. They're not related. But I mean, look, at the same time, I could understand how people would be like, we would be in a much different place. If events would have happened differently last Saturday, we would be in a very different place overall. But we're not, because it didn't happen that way. And people have largely, as been screaming from the rooftops on this one, have largely moved on. So there's that, right? We're already back to the way things were, and it's been 5 days. America. Fuck yeah, I guess. I don't know, right? Either way, go watch The Boys. Let me know what you think about the season finale in the comment section. Obviously, it's really good stuff here. Now, I want to move on to something a bit interesting. I don't like to cover rumors, but like this to me is kind of funny. Coming in from Jeff Snyder. He says here that Robert Downey Jr. could return to the MCU in the upcoming Avengers films, that he would play a version of Tony Stark who transforms into Doctor Doom. Can they stop with this stuff, please? Like, I don't know if what Jeff Snyder here is saying is true. I think it's ridiculous to bring back Robert Downey Jr. for Doctor Doom. You don't take Marvel Cinematic Universe's greatest hero, the building block of all of it, right? The leader of the Avengers. You don't take that guy and then bring him back as one of the greatest villains, or a variant of one of the greatest villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because once that happens and they have a Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom, right? Or a Tony Scott Doctor Doom. Tony Scott. Tony Stark, Doctor Doom. It's going to be like, you're just going to make people mad. All right. But I did ask AI to come up with what it might look like. And this is what AI gave me. It ain't perfect, but it kind of gives you, it's a mixture of Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom and Robert Downey Jr. And I could see them kind of doing something like this. But then again, if they want to really kill their branding, that's how they do it. That's the problem with it, is it really does kind of hurt the branding. And we don't want to hurt the branding, especially right now, because as we have now found out, and this is great news, Kevin Feige will get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame next week. So the timing is fantastic because there's going to be a lot of press. There's going to be a lot of interest in this, especially leading into the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere like the next day. Not only that, but you're going to have the, Comic-Con. And, oh, by the way, Rob Liefeld basically confirmed exactly what I said the other day, is that if you're going to be in Comic-Con, if you're going to be at Hall H on Thursday night for the Deadpool and Wolverine panel, you will be getting to see the movie. He basically confirmed that. I said that too. And I mean, hey, Jarbo Damas, baby, Jarbo Damas, right? It's awesome. It's awesome that people are going to be able to watch it in that setting. I'm very jealous. But I'm also, look, I also want to talk about Kevin Feige for a hot second, right? This is a really good news that Kevin Feige is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Is it largely vanity? Yes, it is. But there's been no greater producer in the modern era. There's been no greater producer with a singular vision that has achieved as much as Kevin Feige has achieved since 2008. It's been 16 years, folks. 16 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And yeah, it's had some slowdown in recent years, but I think all of that is going to be just kind of pushed to the side come next week. Okay, when people start seeing it, we're going to definitely know what is going on with all of that. But again, in the meantime, we are looking at a very prolific producer, a person who has reshaped the game. And yeah, there's no greater producer that deserves it, or there's no better recipient of this honor at this particular point in time, even if it is vain. I'm a big, okay, listen, I'll fully admit, I'm a Kevin Feige stan. Okay. I give that dude the benefit of the doubt a lot. I do. I give him the benefit of the doubt a lot for all of his stuff. He's trying and he's done so well. And I think now they're going to kind of tone things down a little bit. It's going to be a little bit better overall, but congrats to Kevin Feige. Looking forward to all of that. Now let's talk about what's going to be going on for the premiere, the press premiere, I should say, of Deadpool and Wolverine next week. And that is now Marvel is taking action to prevent Deadpool and Wolverine spoilers from spreading. Here's the thing with that though, right? Is Variety going to be there? Does anyone remember the Eternals? Yeah, like, you know what? Like, they should be more picky with some of these outlets. I'm just saying, right? They should start cutting access. No, I'm kidding. So here's what we know for this right here. Deadpool and Wolverine is the only MCU film to release this year. Okay. They are really trying to prevent the spoilers because they know how big of a movie it's going to be. But I don't think if you spoil anything, it's going to really do much I don't think it's really going to do much to change the box office. So according to Stephen Weintraub, Frosty from Collider, Disney scheduled the first full press screenings of Deadpool and Wolverine to take place on Monday, July 22nd, just before the official release date to prevent spoilers from leaking online. In addition, social media reaction embargo lifts that night at 7 p.m., and the review embargo will lift on Tuesday, the 23rd at 3 p.m., this creates a tight window between those first reactions and when fans can begin watching it Thursday, July 25th. Honestly, they should wait until the day of to do it, to be fair. They should really, really, really just wait until the day of, like Thursday, the 25th, because here's why. All the people who have bought tickets to go see on Thursday are not going to get rid of their tickets. They've already bought them. Their money is already invested. They are already ready to go. I myself am going to have to go into work late that evening because I'm not fucking missing it. You know, and again, it doesn't matter. So if they wait until the movie comes out, like the day of, the Thursday of, that morning the reviews drop, that's going to create ultimate hype. And then people who like want to go see it but don't have tickets are going to then probably scramble to go try to find them. And that's going to give it a really solid Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday opening and give it those really big numbers. I really feel like that's the best course of action. I don't think you're going to have any naysayers in the audience. I don't think you're going to have anybody who's going to like get rid of their ticket, refund it if the movie isn't good. People are going to go see it regardless out of curiosity. But they are doing this in a very similar way that Sony did, because Sony used this strategy with Spider-Man No Way Home, aligning its reaction and review embargo times with the end of the world premiere. Similarly, ahead of the press screenings of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Marvel Studios disabled replies and comments on their official social media accounts. It's possible that the studio will do the same. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of cameos in the movie. We know there's going to be a lot of cameos in the movie. As I've said, I believe in many ways they're kind of over-marketing the movie. And I don't think they need to over-market the movie. I think the movie will rest on its own laurels. Like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are hosting Jimmy Kimmel. And Emma Corrin, who plays the bad guy in the movie, she's going to be their guest. You know, like they're doing all of these things, sure, to hype the movie up. Ryan Reynolds is really good at marketing, but I also feel it's like, it's a lot. It becomes a lot. And I don't think that's going to turn people off from going to go see it. But I do think that it might become exhausting. And if it's exhausting, then their experience in the theater might be reflective of that. I know that's a weird thing, but there's times where people go see a movie and they're like, okay, they're just too much. It's overexposed. Now, the reason why that's an issue, because you're probably asking yourself, Matt, what are you talking about? Like, how can this even be a bad thing? It might be an issue. And I say this again, might, because that might then prevent return screenings. Okay, people are going to see this movie on its opening weekend, and a lot of people are going to go see it multiple times throughout the course of its run. That's how it's going to hit $1 billion. That's how it's probably going to hit $1.5 billion. I could see this movie hitting $2 billion. I mean, that's a rare, long down the road shot, but I could see it hitting $2 billion. Absolutely. Not even a problem. It's a big enough movie with enough hype, and it's the only Marvel movie this year. So it's just something to consider for what might be coming down the pipeline. Obviously, we don't quite know yet everything that's going on, but it's going to be something that's good. It's going to be something that's big and that's amazing, and I can't wait to watch it. It just, it's a movie that's going to be a culmination of so many things for us fans, as well as just like a good summer blockbuster. And who doesn't want to see, Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine? I know it's going to take a little bit. I'm not going to rewatch Logan before I go see this movie. I'll tell you that, because I feel that if I rewatch Logan before I go see this movie, I'm just going to get mad, because Logan is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, fantastic, amazing, flawless movie. And it's not that this movie's going to be bad. This is going to be a great film. The problem is just that it's going to be hard to disassociate the feelings I had with one and then put them on something else that I had. So just as an idea there. But one thing I do want to mention real quick, and this is sad. We did lose someone today. Bob Newhart sadly passed away at the age of 94. You might remember him as Buddy's dad in Alfie. You can see that there on the GIF in the bottom right-hand corner. Bob Newhart ran the Newhart Show, another comedy, real great deadpan delivery, really funny guy, really wholesome dude. Just seemed all in all like an amazing person. 94 years old is a good age. 94 is a good age. And wherever he is now, may he rest in peace. To his friends, family, fans, colleagues, obviously, warm regards, thoughts and prayers, all that stuff. I hate to say it like that because I don't know what else to say. It just sucks that he's gone. So, this guy was one of the greats. If you're younger, you may not have heard of him, but the way he delivered his comedy was really good. It was really funny. I recommend look up some clips on YouTube if you haven't already. They're good stuff there to check out. And may he rest in peace. Now, to be a little bit lighter, to be a little bit on the lighter side of all this, I kind of want to do show you guys something I think is really funny. So, Hank Azaria, who has for the span of the last 3.5 decades voiced a multitude of characters on The Simpsons, like Cletus, comic book guy, Dr. Nick, Moe, Superintendent Chalmers, Professor Frank, Bumblebee guy, Chief Wiggum, Apu, and Snake, amongst others. Well, not so much Apu anymore, unfortunately. But he was in London. And he decided he wanted to try and troll one of the palace guards by trying to get them to laugh. And this is what he did.
See if the guard is a Simpsons fan at all.
Well, sir, I do voices on The Simpsons.
I do Mo the bartender. Just wanted to thank you for your service here. Come on, sir, Police Chief Wiggum. So I know what it's like to, do my duty.
I'm also a snake, so if I were to rob anything, you certainly would deter me from that, sir. My goodness,
I'm also Professor Frank, my good man. My goodness, you do seem to be concentrated and not at all bothered by what I'm doing over here. Kudos to you, sir.
I don't think he's gonna... A comic book guy, does that matter? Best guard ever. He seems impenetrable.
Look, is it stupid? Absolutely. Is it cute? Absolutely. I would laugh. I would die laughing if he was like best guard ever. I can't do the voice very well. He does very well. Again, but I kind of made a joke there on the Twitter. I said, he probably would have laughed if he said Apu. The whole "thank you, come again" line. But we can't do that, guys. Never mind. We did that all throughout the 90s. We can't do it anymore, folks. Oh no, we just can't do it anymore. I understand why. Okay, I understand. It's one of those things where it's like, it's hard sometimes to look back at the way things have changed and be like, yeah, but it was fine, and then it's not fine. You gotta move on from that. Anyway, good on Hank Azaria for trying to bring some laughter into the world. Not only did he do that today, we also got the new trailer for Beetlejuice, or just Beetlejuice 2 is going to be the nomenclature for it. And I gotta say, guys, after looking at this trailer, getting more of the story, getting more of like the vibe from Burton, him coming back, it does feel like he hasn't lost a step in regards to the original Beetlejuice and this one. Obviously, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, we're hopeful, are going to make a reappearance. Michael Keaton, has definitely aged a little bit, but like he's still got the comic chops. They're still doing it. It's still weird. It's still wild. Justin Theroux is definitely a nice addition. Jeffrey Jones being dead in the movie, that's going to be a little bit weird because obviously, like, no one, they're not going to show him. I mean, if you don't remember what happened to Jeffrey Jones, he got busted as doing some naughty stuff with some CSAM. Okay, so he's not a good feller. He's not a good feller at all. So it makes sense to kill off his character for this movie simply because that is going to be what that would have dominated the conversation if they would have kept him, if they would have brought him back and everything else. And so yeah, it's weird when people get canceled, but this was a good reason to get canceled. This isn't like, a dumb thing. This was a good reason to cancel the guy, and they were able to then basically work it into the script. And it looks amazing. Jenna Ortega, this is definitely a different character than Wednesday, but I think they work well together. Remember Tim Burton directed the first 4 episodes of Wednesday on Netflix. So they've got a good, solid working relationship. Getting Winona Ryder back, Catherine O'Hara, again, like, give me Gina Davis, give me Alec Baldwin. Let's effing go. Because I remember when I was a kid, my mom took me to see this movie a couple times in the theaters. Like, we literally went 2 days in a row to go see it. And I need to go pick up the 4K and like probably a little bit. I was 5 when I saw it. I think if I showed it to my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old, it might be a little bit on the too much side for them. But at the same time, I just kind of want to like have that experience because I remember it as a kid. I remember loving it as a kid. I remember absolutely enjoying the experience with my mom. And so I feel like in this particular case, maybe they're old enough. I don't know. I want to hear from you guys. Let me get an honest answer in the comment section. Should I show Beetlejuice to my children? I am curious to know your guys' thoughts. Now, I'll tell you a movie that had a trailer drop today that I'm not going to show to my kids, and that is Alien Romulus, a name I don't like because yesterday it came out after I put out the show that the Noah Hawley Alien show for Disney Plus, or for Hulu really, is known as Alien Earth. This is Alien Romulus, and then it's Alien Earth, and it's like, all right, like, you guys think of better names, right? Like Alien Covenant was also kind of dumb. I don't know what they're on with this kind of stuff. However, this trailer does look really awesome. I do feel like it gives away a little bit too much, right? Like, it does give away a little bit too much, but it's going to be gory. It's going to be violent. It's going to be amazing. What I'm hopeful for is that it's going to have a lot of suspension, that it's going to have our suspense, that's going to have a lot of tension building, and that it's going to be very atmospheric and eerie. Because the thing is, you have to kind of like bridge the gap in between what style you're going for. Because there are like 2 types of Alien fans, right? There's Alien, and then there's Aliens. And there are people who want both. There are people who want a combination of both. But it's very difficult to do that because one is a very slow burn creature feature, and the other one is basically an action film with sci-fi horror elements. And, good characters, good dialogue, and everything else. I mean, obviously, Aliens is more quotable than Alien, but that's really what it boils down to. So this movie, while it's not really looking like it's trying to capture the Aliens mindset, I do think that it is trying to go back to more, to kind of what Fede Alvarez did with like the Evil Dead remake he directed back in 2013, where like it takes the concept of what the original was, because this is kind of a soft reboot for Alien, I guess, and then like, you know, add his own extra gory spin to it. While I really enjoyed the 2013 Evil Dead, I do think that Evil Dead Rise was better. I think it was better. They're both great, you know, but I want, again, I mean, for me, it's always Ash Williams and it's always going to be Sam Raimi and it's always going to be that stuff. It's just always kind of ridiculous where we are with that right now. But I read something the other day, just as an aside, I read something the other day that said that Bruce Campbell, I guess, is willing to come back as Ash if Sam Raimi directs. I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't put any faith in that comment. You know, that's all I want is for Ash to get like closure for his character. And like, can we crowdfund that? Can we like create a letter writing campaign? Can we get billboards in LA? I mean, what can we do to give us more of that? I don't think I'm alone in wanting that. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that, but that's obviously kind of where we are. Okay, so moving into the final little bit of the day. Let me just double check my notes here. Yep, final one of the day. We did get a little bit of an update on Fallout Season 2, because right now it's been renewed for Season 2, most likely renewed for however long the show wants to go on for. 16 Emmy nominations yesterday. A ton of people watched it. A ton of people loved it. It's a fantastic show. Now, Amazon execs here are saying that Fallout Season 2 is ahead of schedule, yet doesn't have a launch date yet, saying that we've already got the scripts in hand, which is good. So what this means is that they now have to then, kind of like The Boys is working on Season 5, most likely trying to, you know, figure out a way to merge in Gen V and everything else and all the other spinoffs that they want to do for that show, while giving us a good conclusion. Here, Fallout 2 is Season 2 is going, you know, really going to be able to expand the world. Obviously, we're getting the New Vegas setting. I'm hopeful we get more about the Enclave. I'm hopeful that we get more references to more stuff. I know I'm going to be a little bit of a nerd on that one and be like, yeah, I want callbacks, right? It's just, I'm looking forward to the show. I loved Fallout. I thought the show was amazing. I can't wait to watch it again. And so, yes, bring on Fallout Season 2, 100,000 million %. And we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I just want to remind you guys, please join the Discord, scan the QR code here, or click the link in the video description. Help me out to help grow the podcast. You also can become a Hollywood After Dark Premium member by becoming a channel member. And there will be Feedback Friday tomorrow. Whoopsie daisy. And then I appreciate everybody for coming on in, for helping out, just watching the show, being awesome as you guys are. And then so go watch some stuff. Go enjoy the day. Go enjoy life. I'll talk to you guys later. Leave any comments below. Have yourself a good one. And remember, we just love movies, man. We're here to just have fun and enjoy it and realize that stories kind of guide us. They bind us. They bring us together in so many ways. All right, everybody, have yourself a great day. Thank you again, and peace out.